Do you realize what's so perfect about these crypto charts right now? Well, yesterday, Bitcoin and the altcoins saw a massive sell-off, only to see Bitcoin then recovering up 6%, showing clear intent to go much higher in the coming days and weeks, especially with a pro-crypto US government about to roll into office in the coming days.
Crypto is, of course, one industry that stands to benefit this year from a pro-crypto White House and Congress.
You know, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
Not only that, but a lot of the smaller cap altcoins are yet to see that bounce, meaning that they're still at decent value at a time that you've now got much more confirmation that we're going higher. This is a golden time to be able to enter into some of the most undervalued altcoins. And in this video, I'm going to talk about which of those altcoins are still incredibly undervalued, the ones that I think are going to see some of the biggest growth over the coming weeks and months. I'm also going to talk about the 6 key stages that every altcoin goes through that you need to know about to know when to enter and when to get out. So do me a favor, hit that like button and let's go find some altcoins. Now guys, before we dive in and find out about those individual altcoins, let's go and look into the Bitcoin chart, understand what's happened, and then talk about that 6-stage life cycle. It's incredibly important. And then we're going to talk about the altcoins, okay? Don't just flick forward to the altcoins, okay? Just stick with me. This is going to be really beneficial. Now, Bitcoin, you can see, had a very healthy sell-off yesterday. And if you caught my Bitcoin video yesterday, then you'll realize that I was talking about every time Bitcoin goes higher, it has to go and dip under support first. And you can see it dipped down into this area. It hit support at $89,400. I did actually think it might come a little lower, but instead it then rallied up nearly 6.5% at current prices. This is showing clear intent to go much higher because this was a manipulated move designed to shake out all those who are over leveraged, basically stop losses, okay? This now is showing that we are ready to go much higher, but a lot of the altcoins, particularly the smaller cap altcoins, are yet to see the excitement return because a lot of people are still scared and sat on the fence. But give it a day or two, if Bitcoin rallies back up to here, they're all going to be FOMOing back in and pumping bags like crazy. But the good news, you're watching this video, we're going to get our bags before everyone else starts to FOMO in. So before we find out which bags we're going to be loading up, let's talk about the 6 phases of an altcoin's life cycle within a crypto bull market. Now you can have multiple life cycles for each coin through a bull market, but you just need to know when you're entering and when you're not entering. Okay, so before I talk about phase 1, let's think about what phase 2 is. Phase 2 is over on coinmarketcap.com, and it's how lots of people are finding crypto altcoins. They're going across to the most visited or the trending tabs and seeing the coins that are seeing the most growth on any given day. This is why this is phase 2. And in fact, phase 1, that obviously comes before that, is something being a catalyst to push the price up. Now, often, many of you are buying coins after that price is pumped, which is obviously a little bit on the dangerous side because the people who've already been making money are now more willing to sell to you. So what is it that causes those price pumps? Well, it could be a range of different things, from the news to market makers manipulating the price, pumping liquidity in, pulling liquidity out to move it up and down, like we've seen a lot happening with SUI, XRP, etc. It could also be the narrative. Right now, if you go and see the most visited coins, all of these are like AI agent meme coins, okay? Or basically glorified bots. These are all capturing the attention. This is what everyone's going after right now. Or it could be an influencer talking about a coin. So for example, Alex Becker talks about desync. Suddenly the price pumps like crazy, and then it finds itself over on one of these pages. Okay, you don't necessarily want to be getting in when it's over on one of these pages because you want to get in either just before phase 1 takes place or as phase 1 is taking place. You may realize that this video might actually be phase 1 taking place for a lot of the coins that I'm going to talk about. Now, after that, we get into trending coins. What happens? Lots of other people start to ape in onto those trending coins. It then pumps it up higher into phase 3, which is more buyers coming in because everyone's been telling their mates about it. Everyone's now on the bandwagon. It's going to go higher and higher and higher into phase 4, where then some of the less imaginative YouTubers and content creators out there will then start to go and ape in and talk about that content, okay? And that's simply because when we go and buy a crypto coin, we then tend to like to go with a bit confirmation bias, so we go and look for new information that supports our existing ideas. So for example, I bought this coin, I want lots of people to continue telling me it's good so that I feel warm and fuzzy about my investment. And that's actually one of the most dangerous things in crypto, okay? If you ever feel yourself only wanting to find information that positively supports something you're holding, then be careful. Also, if you ever feel angry because someone tells you that the coin you're holding isn't any good, then also be very cautious because you're caught up in this psychological loop and this will be the end of you. You will end up being a bag holder and hating yourself for it. Remember, stay unemotional, stay unattached, buy stuff, sell stuff, make money, get out. And then after those influencers continue to feed your bias and whatever, you're going to to be in all the groups telling everyone why it's such a good investment. So another indicator that there's probably nearing the end of that life cycle is lots of people are telling you that you should be buying a coin and you shouldn't be selling it. You'll get really aggressive in the comment sections, whatever, and this is probably a time to be getting out because it leads to the next phase, which is when the smart money who were buying in before phase one start to sell aggressively, and then you just get left holding the bag. So again, don't focus your attention towards stuff that is already pumping and trending. It's never going to be where you're going to see the most money. You want to get into phase one or before that, and that's how you're going to win. Unfortunately, because of the recent flush out, the whole market has been cleansed. We now have good opportunity to find great quality coins that are massively undervalued, that everyone was talking about probably back in November, December time. So without further ado, where do we look? I think it's important that you focus still towards the key narratives of the bull market. The key narratives at the moment, you would say probably the AI agent area, but not necessarily into the AI agent meme coin that I think is close to the top. Going down below into like AI and AI agents and basically top technical projects that haven't really seen so much upside recently is the way to be going. Also, keep an eye on real world assets. There will come a time when that narrative suddenly explodes and you were never really ready for it. In my opinion, you must keep a portfolio of a variety of different narratives so that when that narrative pumps, I'm ready for it, I take profits, I move it into the narrative that hasn't yet pumped. You see? And of course gaming, because at some point gaming will erupt as a key narrative, but it happens incredibly fast. This is Gala Games. I wouldn't personally buy into Gala Games right now. I think it's pretty much over. There's far better gaming projects coming out, but I just want to show you what happened in the last bull market. Bitcoin, by the way, in the last bull market had already seen a top around like the 10th or 11th of November. Then look, Gala Games in 2 weeks goes up nearly 9.5x, okay? Gala Games was basically just a gaming token. Suddenly, all of a sudden, that narrative became hot. Everything went crazy within that niche. And that's why you have a variety of different narratives. And you don't take your coins that are underperforming and move them into the hot narrative, because eventually that hot narrative will cool off. And then the narrative you sold out of will then go up. And then you'll be like, oh my God, why have I done that? And you'll hate yourself for it. Okay, so be patient. Hold coins in different narratives, except that some of the coins will run hot at some times, other coins won't do much, and then all of a sudden they'll do a Gala Games and you'll be ready for it. So what I've been looking for is coins that perform pretty strongly through November, December, and then have seen a pretty big cool off. These are giving us nice opportunities. So the first one I'm going to talk about today, in no particular order, is My Lovely Planet with the MLC My Lovely coin. Currently, market cap of $21.5 million. Now, My Lovely Planet is basically like a game, kind of like Candy Crush, and it comes from the developers who are behind Candy Crush. And what's happening right now is very, very exciting indeed, and this is probably the first time you're going to hear about this, is that My Lovely Planet currently has over 200,000 players on their mobile game, but also the coin hasn't been connected to the game so far. The coin has just been kind of like a meme coin, but right now, what is about to happen as they are going to release their roadmap is in the coming weeks, the game is going to be connected to the coin and the blockchain, which means all of these 200, 300,000 players who are actively playing this game are going to start to be able to buy tokens to be able to interact with this game. If you think about Candy Crush for a second, Candy Crush makes billions of dollars every single year from people buying coins in that ecosystem. This is what's going to happen on My Lovely Planet, in my opinion. And right now, we've got a coin that's worth $21 million that's basically just being propped up by people investing in it. But what we're going to have is a huge upset in the supply and demand model as those 200,000 players flood into the ecosystem and start buying tokens. Not only that, but they're also doing cool things like planting trees, which after meeting the founder at a recent crypto event, I actually discovered allowed them to acquire a player in their game for a cost of around 12 cents, which is pretty low because Candy Crush pays around $1.07 to acquire a customer, which means that once this gets launched and they start to make money and revenue from people joining the game and playing with the token, then they're going to put more money out for marketing to acquire more and more players. This is actually where we're going to see mass adoption happen. This is where like your mum or your grandma could be playing this game and buying a token on the blockchain without even realizing she's doing it. Okay, this is where things get really exciting in the world of gaming and crypto, in my opinion. Definitely want to pay attention to, backed by Ubisoft, backed by Unity. And if you look at the charts, what we can see is it had a very strong pump up until around $1. It's pulled back nearly 50%. And as we look at it on a daily chart, you can see that it is now reacting to this kind of buy zone area down here, not even managed to get all the way down here. This for me is a very good entry and a coin that I think is going to see some of the biggest upside over this bull market. They're also going to bring in some play to earn staking rewards programs, so people start to stake the token, and if people start to stake the token, it's going to again upset the supply and demand model. Think about this in all of your investments. Am I going to be investing in a project that is going to have people coming in and using the token for whatever utility? Because by taking away from the supply, then it's going to really play a big part in being able to drive that coin much higher than just simply people buying and selling it as if it's a meme coin. Now, next up, with a slightly bigger market cap of $186 million, is Humans.ai, ticker symbol HEART. Now, before I go and tell you more about this coin, I know lots of you will be like, where do I buy this coin? All you've got to do is come down below to Humans.ai markets, and you can see MEXC. I will leave you a link down below for MEXC if you wish to go and buy any tokens that I talk about today. They're all available on MEXC. If you can't use MEXC because of where you're located around the world, I'll also leave a link for Bitunix. This is another exchange with a lot of these different tokens that I'm going to talk about today listed already, and it doesn't require a KYC. So either use MEXC or Bitunix, and those two links also come with significant bonuses, so make sure you sign up for those today. Now, anyway, why is Humans AI such an interesting one? Well, we have seen the AI agent trend absolutely kicking right now, okay? But it's actually not the AI agent trend that you think it is. It's more based around the kind of chatbots and things like that. But Humans AI basically allows you to create your own intelligent AI agent that can go and carry out different tasks for you. You can actually train up your own AI agent that's going to be able to support you with various different things. So for me, who runs a business in crypto, who needs to do more and more research and connect with people on phone calls, I'm going to be able to train an agent that's going to go and sit in various different chat groups, is going to sit on Twitter and in different newsrooms and understand what's going on in the markets. It's even going to be able to phone up CEOs and talk about their crypto projects and feed all this information back to me. I'm going to be able to sit in my membership groups and provide alpha for people. It's going to be able to create newsletters that will go live on Twitter from all of the information that it's been collecting. This is going to be my assistant that's going to carry out the jobs of like 5 or 10 different people. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. And the reason I spoke to Humans AI yesterday is to find out about how I could build this agent with them and be able to introduce it into my business and basically help other people that are following the channel gain more alpha and more information. So definitely check this out. They've already partnered with Nvidia. They've been mentioned on various different news programs. They've partnered with the Indian government, who already have an AI advisor who's basically sitting there and providing them with all this different information whenever that particular agent gets asked. So it's such a cool concept, okay? Basically creating an AI agent that's going to be able to carry out all sorts of different tasks for you, and this is so much more advanced than pretty much all the other AI platforms out there, doing something really unique. So while yeah, the market cap is slightly higher than perhaps like My Lovely Planet or whatever, the work that seems to be going on here is absolutely crazy. AI agents are anticipated to be a market share of around $500 billion by the end of this year. So looking at the charts, you can see that HEART has been recognized as a pretty solid player for a lot of big money out there who've been investing into HEART from this green zone area here. This is a coin I personally hold. I do think that from this area here, we can see still significant upside because of just how big this particular narrative is and just how much stronger this is than most of the competition out there. Now guys, before I jump across and tell you about the final altcoin of today, I just want to give a shout out to CoinStats. You've probably realized that holding all these different coins across different platforms like MetaMask and various different exchanges is incredibly difficult, and you want to have all of the information in one place. And this is what CoinStats does. It allows you to connect your MetaMask, your Uniswap, your OpenSea, whatever it is, all into one handy location. And this is incredibly important because it allows you to keep up to date with exactly what is going on in your portfolio at any given time. This is a platform I use every single day, and I've managed to get a partnership with CoinStats that allows you to pick up the special Christmas offer through the House of Crypto, where you can pay just $2.80 per month to be able to get that. It's also a 14-day money-back guarantee, so I highly recommend that you check this out. Use the link down below in the description if you want to save 80%. Okay, grab the deal, check it out. If you don't like it, obviously you can then go and claim your money back, but I doubt that. I think you're going to absolutely love using this. It's something I use every single day. Use the link down below. Now, it's becoming increasingly difficult to find small cap altcoin gems that haven't been blowing up towards the upside. So I've really dug deep to find this one that I think has got some serious upside potential in it. That is Leica AI, ticker symbol LKI. Currently a $10.2 million market cap, which is absolutely tiny given where AI is going to be headed throughout this crypto bull market. Again, you can see this is listed on MEXC, but I'll also hit up Bitunix, try and get it listed there. So what is Leica AI? Well, unlike Humans, which basically allows you to create your own AI agent that could be used for all sorts of things, not necessarily in crypto, perhaps just running your daily life, Leica is basically a Web3 assistant that's going to help you understand what's going on in crypto at any given time. Not only does it have a $10.2 million market cap, but it's also partnered with Amazon Web Services, Google, Avalanche, The list goes on. Okay, this is a very, very exciting project that's up until this point been completely overlooked. This Web3 assistant basically allows you to download a Chrome browser, which you can see here. It allows you to add all of your different wallets, and you can then talk to it and ask it to go and carry out various different transactions for you. There's a chatbot which you can then go and ask questions to about crypto. So for example, I just asked it, is Avalanche undervalued? And you can see it's given me an answer to this question. Okay, it's talking in detail about what's going on with Avalanche. It's saying where it might go into the future. And this is all from the information that it's taken from thousands and thousands of different resources. Information that would take me weeks to be able to go through. I can add my wallets, or I can add other different wallets out there from various different whales, and I can get it to report to me on a daily basis about what whales are buying, whether they've been going in heavy to like Superverse token or Metacade or whatever it is. And that's really cool. Okay, if it means that we're going to be making our lives easier and leveling the playing field in this game of trading altcoins and crypto, then so be it. But it does mean that right now we've really got to up our game and be able to make as much money as possible during this bull market, because if the AI agents take over, it's not going to be so easy going forward because it's going to be far more competitive. So this is a very interesting, cool product. Right now, they don't have the pro version, but the pro version will come out and people will then go and buy in and use this platform, buying the token, again, disrupting that supply and demand model. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, they're just going to buy it. Do they need to have an altcoin? Well, of course, guys. These AI agents that are interacting with the blockchain need to be able to use a token so that they can invest, take money out, etc. for you into different projects and do so on your behalf. Currently, this Leica AI has over 50,000 on-chain users with 50,000 downloads, and you can see it's also scanned over 1 million different tokens. So this is going to give you far more knowledge and insight than I even can about different altcoins right now. And you can see it's going to give you insight about all these different things, tracking whales, personalizing crypto fees. This is a very, very cool thing going forward, and yet right now it sits there with a market cap of like $10 million. Absolutely bonkers. Obviously, I'm not telling you to go and invest in any of these individual projects. I think all of them have significant upside potential, and they're all doing something pretty unique and very cool. They have lots of active users. They have mechanisms that are going to disrupt the supply and demand model. They have the potential to be some of the top performing altcoins of this bull market, in my humble opinion. So obviously, go and check out these projects. But also, if you wish, go and check out other projects in gaming, AI, etc. that also show similar features and ability to potentially capture attention, because then you're going to be able to get in, not at stage 1, which is maybe where you're getting in right now, but you're going to be able to get in at stage 0, ground zero. Be careful though, if you get in at ground zero to tokens that never reach stage 1, then you might have an underperformer on your hands. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell turned on. I'm going to teach you through this bull market how to identify coins that are early, that are going to be talked about by all the other YouTubers in the next few weeks. Also, if you haven't done it already, just go down below, hit that like button. It helps me out more than you know, and allows me to continue to bring you these YouTube videos while my days are numbered and the AI agents are about to take over. Thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow in another video. Bye-bye.